What's cracking, people? Angelic Mayhem here. So, welcome to another video in my Anno online series. Today, we're going to be talking about cleaning up. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, we begin the game by going through a lot of tutorial stuff. And what that means is that, you're not really looking for efficiency at that point. You are looking to just kind of get through the tutorial and learn the game and figure things out. So what that means in the long run is that the decisions that you make at the beginning of the game probably aren't the best ones because you're focused on everything except for efficiency. So now at some point you are going to have to go in and move things around so that your city becomes as efficient as possible. All right? And it's better to do that at the beginning of the game because as you begin increasing many houses, if you have to begin moving them all, that's going to be a huge project. So if you can focus on that at the beginning, that's going to be better. So here you can see that this, which was the initial part of my island, has completely changed. I have organized everything into these tight, neat packets. I have my sheep farms all in one place. I have my goat pastures all in one place. I've got my wheat fields all in one place. Now, in real life, if you packed in all of your goat farms in one place like this, everyone who worked there would die because the goat poop would pile up to such an extent that no one would be able to function there, and everyone, humans, goats, everything would just die. But the game doesn't actually care about that, so in this case, it actually helps to keep track of where everything is and to maximize the efficiency of your land. So down here, all of my future sheep will be along this row. All of my goats, which appears to be, based on the numbers that I'm seeing, the goats are going to be the biggest problem because a lot of milk is required for all of these people. And, I mean, these goat farms are taking up a lot of space. So, that's just one of those things that I think goats in the future are going to be the biggest hang-up. But for right now, I have them all right here. And then, of course, my wheat fields are up top. I also have my mill and my bakery. So the wheat goes from here to there, and the bread goes down here to the warehouse and then out to the people. So that's a nice, tight pack of industry where I can keep track of everything. The carts can just go boom, 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 and then life is good. Now over here, these are the poor people houses. And starting down here with these pioneer residences and working up to here, I had to actually go through and make sure that when I clicked on each one, they then had community, services, and faith. Because as you begin moving stuff out of, here, I was taking with it, all of the churches and the carpenter shops and the marketplaces that I then stuffed out here. So by moving those, I then exposed, for instance, these 4 houses here were without almost everything. So I then had to go in and move some of these chapels and things around to accommodate the new structure and the new layout of my city. But now everybody here is nice and happy. They have everything that they need, and this is going to be where the pioneers live. Obviously, things like mason shops and lumberjack huts and these fishing villages, they all have to stay where they are simply because they are tied to the resources which are hard-coded into the island itself. So I'm not talking about moving any of those. And then finally, what I decided to do was what I moved were all the vassals out here. And the reason for that is because up here, I have to get my vassal count up to 300. So I'd like to keep track of the vassals and keep an eye on them and know what they're up to and expand their reach so that I can get this number up to 300. At which point, many things will unlock for me. So I took all the vassals which were kind of interspersed here and I moved them all out to this one area. And this is going to be like my center city area. And then, just left the pioneers back here and filled in all the gaps that were left behind when I yanked out all of the vassals. So now, the only thing that's left for me to do, as you can see, I have one chapel here, one chapel here, one chapel there. That's because I had an extra chapel over here as a result of the crazy layout that I had produced back during the tutorial phase. Now I have this extra chapel. So I don't actually need it, so I'm going to end up wiping it out. Now I do have to spend some time actually looking at where my coverage is so that I know which chapel to remove and so on and so forth. I also have an extra marketplace, and I also have an extra carpenter shop. So each of those will be removed very shortly. However, I have not finalized what I want to do over here prior to making this video. But I did want to just do this real quick video to show you that at some point you are going to need to reorganize everything to fix all of the things that you weren't thinking about back at the beginning of the game when you were just learning how things worked. So anyway, that's enough for this video. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please click the like button and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you would like more Anno content in the future. I'm Angelic Mayhem, and I'll see you next time.